welcome to G for G, Games for Gamers. Today we're going to take a look at the group boss, the High Evolutionary, and look at some tactics to try to go ahead and defeat him, or at least do some reasonable damage on him. And a lot of people have been saying they've had issues with him, and that he's been quite a pain in the butt. What you have to take into account when you're fighting the High Evolutionary is that a lot of times in the past, what you'll do is the boss will have one class and he'll bring adds that are counter to the counter. So for example, here's a tactician. You would think, okay, well I'm going to bring infiltrators, and infiltrators are going to wreck this guy. And what happens is they'll bring adds that will go against the infiltrators, like scrappers. By the way, today's background music is brought to you by the Journey OST. Never played the game, but I've always heard phenomenal things about it. I just typed in OST today for YouTube, and it came up as the #1 hit, so I said, okay, we're going to go with it. So, what High Evolutionary does, back on topic, is that he switches himself to run counter to the group that you initially bring to run counter to him. So for example, you're going to bring infiltrators to fight the tactician version, right? Well, what happens is he's going to change over to a scrapper, and he's going to spend the majority of the fight in the scrapper form. So take that into account. Don't plan based on what you see here for his class. Plan on what he's going to change into. So, here's one of the methods that you can do high damage on him, and that's the boonbuster method. So we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to go to my more steady group, which is Hogun and Fandral. But these guys worked out phenomenally well against Bastion. So, perfect for me. Deadpool's going to go first, so I'm going to give buffs to High Evolutionary. If I can ever hit him, my god, I am getting so pissed at that. His evasion, I mean, it is so incredibly off the charts. It is absolutely ridiculous. I am so irritated at what this guy dodges. I can't set up the boonbust group because nobody ever hits him. And the Mystic hit, there's a shock. Alright, there's the follow-up. So now, in this particular round, we're going to be immune because I'm running the Mystic. So as you can see here, I have the Chitter-Chatter box, the Blade of the Corruptor, the Cube, and the Mystic. I got an extra turn thanks to the blasters. Now, normally, I let AoE take these guys out, but I'm going to go ahead and work on one of them directly. So now, this is where he's probably shifted to a scrapper form. Oof. Painful. Yep, there he is. There's him as a scrapper. So now, you would have wanted to have brought bruisers to this particular one. As you can see here, they're all scrappers. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and get him healed up. And get that bonus going. So, let's try to see if we can give him buffs and then boonbust them. And a double dodge again. Absolutely ridiculous. He refuses to let me set this up, and it's getting really, really annoying. Oh, man, that charge blast is getting strong. I can't, yeah, this is ridiculous. I can't get it set up because he's not taking the hits, and I can't boonbust them off of the Corruptor or the Hand of Apocalypse if you happen to have it. Hogun, I mean, he's kind of been getting the job done. Deadpool has been really, really disappointing me over here. And of course, turn order is a very, very big thing against this guy because of the fact that he clears his debuffs at the end of every round. You want your setup guys to be lucky enough to go early. So honestly, you know, this team could have been a lockbox win had it not been for the fact that Deadpool was missing his stuff and I could never boonbust. And now I'm just left with a severely hurting Hogun, who's probably not going to put me into the kill range over here at 5%. Hopefully he switched back. No, he's still a scrapper. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and set up the flank over here and hopefully... see, you know, ridiculous. Man, this guy is annoying as hell. It seems like Playdom continues to make their group bosses more and more annoying as time goes on. It actually makes you yearn to go back to arcade. And that's saying a lot. Yeah, so that's one of the first ones I failed, and that was largely because of Deadpool whiffing on using his ISO to give him buffs for Blade of the Corruptor. So we're going to go ahead and change this up now and go for the other team that I use, and this team has been working out considerably better, and that is to get Fandral involved over here. Okay, I believe he's around here somewhere. There's Falcon, there's Fandral. And we're going to change the agent gear a little bit. So we're going to take this out, and we are going to find the tankard. Alternatively, instead of some of the other items, you can go ahead and get the raft shank if you had it, because then all the follow-ups and the counters will do additional damage, which is really, really nice. But this is more of a slightly defensive play. And of course, it never loads in these icons well. Should be. There's the Viper Crescent, that's the Falcon Spec Ops, Power Gauntlet, Scrapper, Custom. Yeah, there it is. I hate the way that it does that. Okay, so now basically in round 1 the Mystic is protecting me. In round 2 the Light Fantastic can be used, or the Tankard, and then in round 3 the one that didn't go in round 2 can be used. So this group can kind of survive pretty well. So we're starting off with the Blaster. So that means, oh hey, he's a Blaster, I'm going to bring Tacticians. Well, what he's going to do is he's going to switch to the Infiltrator status, and honestly, the Infiltrator status is one of the worst ones. So I'm just going to go ahead and attack him. And there's another beautiful, beautiful miss. So I'm going to get the extra turn on Fandral. And I'm going to use the extra turn to get on guard. And now, because he has pin cushion, I'm going to apply the Chitter Chatterbox. It would have been nice if Hogun went now, but the turn order, of course, screws that up. So we're going to hit him with the Mystic, and then we're going to follow up with the Brawl. And now we have the nice, lovely arrows. So we've done some pretty decent damage to him so far. And now at this point I could either Mystic him again for damage or Blackest Void so that these people hit each other. I'm going to go ahead and try the Blackest Void. See if I can save myself a little bit of damage here. So now we switch to Infiltrator. And if you notice, On Guard didn't fire. that's because a lot of the stuff that these guys do are psychic, and when he goes infiltrator over there, he of course likes to be stealthy. So I'm going to apply the flanked, and now the pincushion has fallen off. Oh yeah, that's the flank, never mind. Yeah, so the pincushion has sadly fallen off, which means this is doing less damage than it could. And that's just turn order. So there's Flynning Circus to get the bleeds going on, so that hopefully these guys, and what we're going to do is do the tankard over here. So these two guys get their bonuses going. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'll mystic this guy. He's going to get his counter, but hopefully... Wow, even these guys dodge like crazy. That's ridiculous. But that's what I was hoping for. Unbelievable. I have missed so much against this guy. I have never missed a group boss like this, ever. Really might be worth it to bring a True Strike group in here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get the bleeds again so that at least the High Evolutionary gets his bleeds. And they both dodged. Absolutely just speechless at this guy. And the fact that his ads get that level of evasion too is completely ridiculous. That radioactive glare is such a garbage attack. Well, I'm gonna on guard for now, and now I really need to use this light fantastic. And see, applying the chitter chatter box means nothing because there's nobody to go ahead and follow it up right now. So I'm gonna hold it. Hopefully he hits my agent with something big and heavy for a nice heal. Amazing. When it comes time for the heal, the damage is pathetic. So this should put me into the box range over here. But as you can see, Silver's a little weak. A little weak there. Let's apply the Flynning Circus because everything else is just gonna get him in Fandral's. Another miss. I don't even know what to say. And that's not really going to do anything. He doesn't have enough debuffs. So since he's going to run soon, I'm just going to hit him with the Mystic and go for the damage. Oh my god. This guy is insane. What an absolute... This guy is a complete chump. I mean, on Bastion, there was a point where I was able to do 6 digits after I really refined the strategy. But, I mean, the whole reason why there's not a lot of silver over here is because of the fact that I'm missing so many attacks. Might be worth it to attempt a Psylocke Archangel group or something. And there he goes. So, at least the group survives. So if you're having a problem just even getting the win, there's an idea that you could do. If I was to fight the infiltrator version here, he would turn into a bruiser, which is not bad. So for this fight, you would want to bring blasters. And for the blasters, he's going to go infiltrator. Honestly, infiltrator is one of the worst stances. If you have to deal with any infiltrator version over there, that is going to be your biggest nightmare. So the blasters and the infiltrators are the worst. At least with the infiltrator version, you're not fighting the infiltrator version for too long. So, I'm trying to think of what good blasters would be for this. If you have that the blaster version of Deadpool, that might work. You know, a Guardians of the Galaxy group with Gamora and a Rocket Raccoon could probably work over there, with Gamora giving your team True Strike. Maybe that can help you with the evasion a little bit, but yeah, this guy is a really, really big pain, and hopefully in the next day or two some people will come up with some really good, refined strategies for this guy. Hogun and Fandral, I mean, they do get it done, but there is a little bit of an issue. And because of the money that I'm getting this guy, let's see who I'm going to train in my second slot over here. I have a blaster training to bump up the attack value over here. I believe Cannonball is currently training. So I'd like to pick up some of the 10s. I think I will get one of my 10 infiltrators going. Actually, no, I think I'll try to get Punisher as a generalist, bump up the health a little bit. You really do want to focus mainly on the tacticians and the blasters. Blasters predominantly, but having some of the other stats, of course, is not too bad. Let's get him off of 10 and get him going. So there you go, there's two styles that you can use. You can either attempt the boonbust style, but know that the buffs that he gets will clear. So hopefully the turn order is that Deadpool goes first and then the agent. You can run a completely boonbust group like another Uncanny X-Force like Psylocke, and Deadpool might work out pretty well because you'll be getting Stealthy off of Psylocke and you'll be getting the Boonbuster off of Deadpool. So good luck. If you got any comments or got any real good working teams for it, feel free to leave it in the description. Take care, everybody.